All right, the recording started. Satya, feel free to start. Thank you.
Thank you, Goran. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be here to be talking to you about integrating AEM assets with Edge Delivery Services. Using this, you can seamlessly use your assets on your AEM sites. A bit of introduction about ourselves. I am Satyadeep Maheshwari. I work as a principal scientist in AEM. I have been with Adobe for the past uh, 16 years now, and with AEM for the past 10 years. During my tenure at AEM, I have worked in different areas of AEM, ranging from AEM assets, smart content services, and edge delivery services. I've shared my Discord and LinkedIn handles just in case you'd want to get in touch with me. Ashu, could you also please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm Ashutosh Shruti, Senior Computer Scientist from AEM Product Engineering team. I've been with the AEM Sites, Assets and Experience team in my 12 years of journey with Adobe, and my Discord and LinkedIn handles are also mentioned here. Feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashutosh. So, briefly touching upon the agenda that we in this session, we'll start with assets integration. Why is it needed? What is its value proposition? Then I'd also want to take you through a brief walkthrough of how to use the assets add-on. And then we will be doing a bit of a deep dive in which Ashu would be doing the demo and also talking about the architecture, what is powering it under the hood. And also we'll be covering a lot of customization points which would be relevant for your specific use case. After this, we'll be talking about some of the next steps, some items that we have on our roadmap, and also sharing some references, which would be a good point to get started on this integration. And finally, for the time remaining, we'll be taking up questions. So without further ado, let me just get started. So Edge Delivery Services, I believe you already know about it. So with Edge Delivery sites, you can do your authoring without an integrated DAM. That is very much possible. The flow is usually in that case, such as you are authoring your web page using a doc-based authoring tool, such as Google Doc or Word. And if you have to use images on the page, you would just embed the image. So you select it from somewhere, right? And place it on the Word document, and it's embedded there. And when you publish the page, the image is available there. For PDFs and short videos, the other option is to upload it to SharePoint or Google Drive. And then you can again preview publish them, and you would get a URL, and that URL you can embed, place it on the Word document, and it would be available on your site. For the longer videos, which you cannot upload to SharePoint or Google Drive, there is an option of using external platforms such as YouTube or Vimeo or similar. So you upload those videos on these platforms, and then these many of these platforms come with their embedded players, which you can embed on your website, and then the videos play from these platforms directly on your website through their specific players. And then there are other asset types such as zip files, spreadsheets, etc., which you may need to have it on your site. So for those, the way out is uploading them to some external systems where you host your all these digital assets, have their URLs which are publicly deliverable, and place them on your site. So it is possible to use, but then as you would have gauged, the experience is a bit fragmented. There isn't a central digital asset management solution as such for compliance or governance needs as such that you may be looking for, which provides me a good segue to the next slide, which is integrating seamlessly with AEM Assets. So with AEM Assets, which is a enterprise scale leading digital asset management solution, you can integrate with seamlessly with Edge Delivery Services. It unlocks the value of a full-fledged DAM solution, which may suit your use case. It enables asset reuse via search and discovery. It ensures brand compliance across channels. Only brand approved assets are available for use, if you want to put it that way, so that the compliance requirements are met in your delivery channels. Besides that, with AEM assets, you get additional enterprise DAM features such as insights, on asset usage and visibility. And it also has features around automatic asset production for personalization needs, so on and so forth. And the integration which we'll be talking about right now is fully integrated with Dynamic Media with Open API. So we use Dynamic Media with Open API as the delivery vehicle for all the digital assets that are placed on your website. So to give you an overview of how this integration works, I have a short video. I'll just play it and talk through it. So let me start playing it. Before that, to set the context, assume that there is a weekend company and it is launching a new guided hiking experience for the Zion National Park. And for this experience, digital assets needs to be approved for all channels, including the landing page. And besides that, there is this requirement that all the teams, which includes website authors, brand managers, campaign authors, etc., have a seamless experience to be able to use brand compliant assets, and their authoring velocity is kept high at the same time. So let me start playing this. So this is the weekend site, right? And assume that Kiara is our campaign manager. So she is responsible for ensuring that the assets which are there on the experience are brand approved. They meet the compliance requirements. So Kiara would typically get assets in the assets repository from some agency maybe. And then Kiara approves the assets which are needed on the site for running the Zion National Park experience. So let's move forward. So Kiara is now logged into AEM Assets. She goes ahead and searches for Zion assets. And these assets look good and are marked as approved, which means that they are good enough for being used on the channels for campaign. Now we come to Alexa, who is our channel practitioner. Alexa is working on launching the landing page for the campaign. So she's responsible for the website, the landing page, which would show that campaign. And she prefers to use Office document-based authoring because that is the tool of her choice where she can author the pages very quickly. So Alexa has this requirement of finding the brand approved assets while authoring the website. So let's see what she can do about it. So we are back on the weekend page. You see the sidekick is open on the top, which is the Edge Delivery Services sidekick. And now the edit button is clicked and Alexa is now having the Word document. So there we have a column which doesn't have an image. So an image is needed over there. So the asset selector integration is opened up via the sidekick. It integrates with Adobe ID-based login. And now you see the assets are available. Alexa searches for Zion to get the assets which are approved for this campaign. And she can see the metadata of the asset. So one of the asset looks good. It is copied over and placed on the Word document. Right. So once this is available, she clicks on preview to see how does it actually look on the website. So the preview button clicks and the preview domain page is rendered. On this, the asset is available, which was added in the columns block, and it looks good. So Alexa would go ahead and publish it. And as soon as it is published, it is available on the site, on the live site for use. Let's see how is it doing in terms of the page performance. So Google Lighthouse Score test is being run on this URL, and the scores look good, all green, 100. So the value proposition of Edge Delivery Services of always ensuring great page performance is intact. With that, let me move to the next slide. So the asset selector integration itself has 3 touch points at a high level. So first is for the page authors, as we saw. So page authors can use this integration to easily discover assets, search and browse and reuse assets on their authoring experience. For web developers, It is a minimal set of configurations which are needed in order to set up this sidekick. And we'll be going into the detail of how to set this up in the coming slides. It is highly customizable, but the basic setup is pretty straightforward. And for the admins, excuse me, for the admins, the only thing that they need to do in order to enable the page authors to be able to use this add-on is to provide them the AEM Assets product profile via the admin console. So as soon as that profile is provided, anybody who is authoring the page can log in and access the AEM Assets via the add-on. And all of this which I showed you, it is ready and available to use. This was released last year with the Edge Delivery Services. We have public documentation available for it on aem.live. And we have multiple customers who are already using it. And we also have a few of them with whom we are actively collaborating and co-innovating for their specific use cases. So let me get a bit on the technical side of things. So this is a 10,000 feet view, I'd say, a pretty high level, but has the basic building blocks in place, which is responsible for having this integration in place. So if you look towards the left hand of this chart of this diagram, you'll see some yellow blocks. So yellow blocks is basically things on the asset side. The greenish looking blocks are the Edge Delivery Services side, and then there is the site visitors who are visiting the website. So as we saw, the asset librarian is managing the asset repository. Once the assets are present in the repository, the brand manager typically chooses assets, approves them, and as soon as they are approved, they are available in the asset selector. Now, coming over to the sites author persona. So you see the doc-based authoring experience has an attached block, which is the Assets EDS plugin. So this plugin is the special sauce, basically, which is using the asset selector micro frontend. So asset selector, for context, is a micro frontend which is used across applications for providing a window to use AEM assets. So ADS plugin is sort of a glue between the asset selector and the doc-based authoring flow, which enables this integration. And the sites author using this plugin are able to choose assets, put them on the doc-based authoring flow on their Word documents or Google Docs, and then make them available on the Edge Delivery Services. And the site visitors then get to see those assets delivered live on the web pages. So with that, I'd stop and hand over to Ashu for the demo and the architectural overview. Over to you, Ashu. I'll stop sharing.
Thank you, Satya. Let me share my screen. Okay, all right. So in this demo session, I'll talk about the asset selector capabilities and also walk you through the possible extensions that one can customize at the project level. So, and this complete session is in the context of Edge Delivery Services. So let me get straight into the document-based authoring. When I click on the Sidekick plugin, I see an option here. This I have this plugin I have installed by configuration, and when I click on it, asset selector will appear here. I have already logged in to asset selector. Otherwise, sign in page will appear first, and in this asset selector, I can see all the approved assets are listed here. So brand manager has to approve those assets, then only it will start appearing in the asset selector, and authors can only use the approved asset in their authoring workflows. So that is how the asset selector is configured. And let me quickly change this image, replace this image with the image from AEM. So let me do a full text search here, and I can replace it and I can also see the metadata before consuming it, and I can simply pick it from the asset selector and paste it in the Word document. The image will get placed here in the Word document, and let me save the changes here and preview it. So it takes time. Okay, now the image looks fine on the preview. Let me publish the changes. And image is part of my live site now. So authors can seamlessly and very easily consume the AEM assets and their metadata in their live websites. If I inspect the image element here, I can see the image is getting served from the AEM, and also the alt text is intact. So we are building this alt text from the assets metadata, title and description, and similarly following the same pattern, we can make use of any asset metadata and use it or consume it in your websites. So now let me share how this Sidekick can be installed. So every EDS project has an associated GitHub repository, and in the GitHub repository we have to go to the tools and Sidekick folder where the config.json has to be added, and here we can configure multiple plugins. In our case, I have installed AEM Assets library plugin, and we have to provide a different ID or unique ID here, and this is the title which appears here in the Sidekick, and the rest of the configuration is also set it up as per the requirement. So for example, if you want to open the asset selector as a palette or a dialog, so this configuration will govern this, and asset selector is only applicable for the authoring mode. That's why this environment is configured as edit here, and we can also position the asset selector as per our requirement. So this last configuration is meant for that. So that's all I had on this first image flow. In the next, I will talk about the video assets, how video assets can be easily consumed and used in the live websites. So let me remove the image filter and apply the video filter here. I will start seeing all the video assets, approved video assets, and let me pull one of the video from the asset selector and use it in my web page. And when I paste the video content on my web page, I'm seeing the video block as a pasted content, and in this video block I'm seeing the poster image as well as the video URL here. So this poster image is coming from the AEM, and it is part of the out of the box video processing workflow. So whenever we ingest any video content in AEM, video metadata like resolution, height, width, and caption, etc., along with the thumbnail get extracted out of the box, and we are using the same metadata from AEM here. And let me preview this change. Now we have a video content as part of the lifestyle part of the site. It looks fine to me. Let me publish the changes, and once I publish the changes, the video content is part of my live website. And again, the poster image is visible here, and this poster image ensures performance of the page remain intact. So we always recommend to use poster images when you have video content on the web pages to achieve the LHS 100 score. And uh, and again, if this poster image was not coming from AEM, then author has to create this or generate this poster image explicitly and put it in the Word document. So that was one thing. On the video player side, this is also coming from AEM Delivery. This video player is powered by AEM Delivery and supports adaptive bitrate streaming, which means end user will get the best viewing experience across device types and form factors, irrespective their network condition. So AEM takes care of delivering this video and also keeping the performance of the page intact. And let me open the network tab and show the show the video chunks which are getting delivered directly from AEM. So that is how video content can be consumed and use it in the pages on ADS. Then we have two extensions that I would like to highlight here around videos. And before that, in general, we have a GitHub repository associated with the ADS project, and in this GitHub repository, there is a tool section under which we have to create a asset selector folder, and we have to add a config.json there. And this config.json, we can have all the customizations that we want to have to extend asset selector capabilities. So in this case, I have this video this video configuration here, and then this video is coming from this configuration only. So if I change this value here to, let's say, video 123, then when author pick the video content and put it in the Word document, here we'll see that different value, video 123. So it is very simple. We just have to make changes in this configuration to control this this block name. And the second configuration is the block template. So this complete table or structure is coming from the configuration only. So right now it is single column to row layout. We can change this, so developers can have a different structure altogether, and then that will get pasted when the video content is picked, and that can be defined here. And in this, so that complete structure can be defined as a template here. And in this template, if you notice, we have those variables that asset selector has exposed. So those variables can be freely used in this template anywhere. And this is how, like, developers are getting more control to define this block at custom level. So yep, that's all I had on this video side, video flow. And at that high level, this is how it looks like. So we have a custom config where block template, block name can be customized, and then asset selector will actually consume that custom configuration, and based on it, the block will get rendered in the Word document. So when the video asset will get picked, the custom as per the custom configuration, this block will get rendered, and then on the publish of this content, the video along with the player will get directly served from the AEM. So that's all I wanted to cover in the video flow. And now in the third capability, I will cover the filtering support. So we have many filters for the authors to drill down the assets. Let me click on documents, and when I filter for documents, I will get all the PDFs and the other office documents as part of the search result. So let me let me use the PDF as part of my page content, and let me also edit this title of this link. So and once I make changes in this PDF link, I can preview it. So I have to save it also. Okay, now this link is part of the web page. I can publish it, and once I publish it, so this PDF will become will be part of my live website. I can click on it, and this will get opened in the PDF viewer, and I can see it is getting served from the AEM. And following the same flow, following the same practice, we can have other assets type also part of our live websites. We can have Word documents, Excel, PPTs, zip archives, and other documents as part of our live websites, and all will get served from the AEM. Then let me move to the other filter we have, tags. So in this tags, we can see the taxonomy is coming from AEM. So authors will not see any disconnect. They will see the same taxonomy and same filtering capabilities, irrespective whether they are filtering assets in AEM or in EDS. And let me apply a tag. Let's say I want to filter based on this tag. So I will get all the assets in the search results where this tag was applied. And this asset tag filter is also is not part of the default configuration of other selector. So one has to configure it at the project level. So this is what filter schema they have to put it in the configuration to see the asset tags as part of their deployment. Then next we have expiration filter in expiration field, so that we can filter all the expired assets or the assets which are about to get expired in next month or so. Then we have other filter based on language. So this works. This make use of DC language metadata field of asset, and when I'm filtering on filtering using this this custom search filter, I'm getting only those assets which were tagged with this metadata field. So technically, we can have filters. We can have filters on any of the asset metadata field, and we are and this asset selector plugin is based out of is a wrapper based out of asset selector micro frontend, and asset selector micro frontend has a concept of filter schema. So whatever custom filters I was showing so far were using the same concept, and one can refer this publicly available documentation to extend or to add more custom filters on any assets metadata field to improve their authors efficiency. And at high level, this is how it looks like end to end. So we have a extension config where any custom filters can be configured, and then asset selector will start showing those custom filters in the asset selector plugin, and then authors can make use of those custom filters to filter different asset types in the authoring in the asset selector surface. So yes, that's all I wanted to discuss on the filter schema. Then next I want to cover the contextual invocation. So when we have been discussing this with customers and their authors, we have been consistently getting their feedback around the efficiency, authoring efficiency. Their authors were seeing a lot of assets in asset selector, and their author wants to see only the relevant asset when they are authoring a page. So to address that, we have to pass the context of a page to asset selector, so that asset selector will show only those assets which are relevant for that page. So let me show this in action. So I have a page which is dedicated for surfing. I have another page which is dedicated for cycling, and when I open the editing surface for both, so this is for the surfers page, and when I open the asset selector for that page, I will see only those assets which are relevant for this surfing context. And here you can see only the surfing assets are appearing. And when I open the asset selector for the cycling page, I will see only those assets which are relevant for the cycling context. Here I can see only those 5 cycling tagged assets only, and this is happening with this due to this pre-selected tag. So I have this pre-selected tags in both the asset selector. And how we are achieving this? So we have a config, and this config is hosted in Adobe I/O runtime by the app builder, but this can be hosted anywhere. And the way it works is this configuration will get changed based on the context. So for example, when I pass the path here, page URL can be passed here, and when I'm passing the path here as surfing, I'm seeing the default tags is getting added here as a surfing. When I'm passing the default tag as the page URL as cycling, then I'm seeing a default tags will get changed to cycling here. So end of it, we need a config that understand the context, that understand the page context, and accordingly the values are getting changed. And once we have such config, we can pass it on to asset selector. So in the asset selector, we have a parameter in which we can pass such external configurations, and then asset selector will start respecting the page context. And this configuration in turn also uses this the other internal configuration where we have specified for which URL which tag should be applied. So but this is just one example of achieving the contextual invocation. This similar this configuration can be implemented and deployed in many ways, and we can have more complex use cases also where where the context can be generated with the page in a more complex way. So those all are possible. And the other thing is we have implemented or demonstrated this with the assets tags. This can be implemented. The context can be passed from any asset, from any page from any page metadata field, and it can be mapped to any asset metadata. For example, if pages have different locales, so that can be passed as a page context, and the asset selector will respect and show only those assets which are relevant for that locale. Or if for region also it can be done. For any asset metadata, this contextual invocation can be implemented, and this will improve the efficiency for the author. At that high level, this is how it looks like. So we have configuration which understand the page context, and asset selector can apply the context while getting initialized, and authors will see only those relevant assets which are as per the page being authored. So yep, that's all I wanted to showcase in this. The last I want to talk about. I will cover the asset usage report, and asset librarians and other stakeholders wanted to have a single consolidated view where they can see all the assets being used or referenced in pages across in all the pages in Edge Delivery Services. And also they wanted to have a sense what all assets are about to expire, and what are about to expire and being referenced in their web pages, or if their live websites are referencing any asset which is already expired, or is there any live website referencing assets which are not compliant or not meant to be used in that particular region or locale. So all these compliant or right management concerns can be monitored or tracked through this dashboard. And this dashboard we have implemented through App Builder and deployed it in Adobe I/O Runtime, and we can see what all assets are expired and referenced by my pages, what all assets are about to get expired, and we can have many such filters here. So we can use any asset metadata field that we see relevant for our librarians and brand managers to get a sense from this dashboard. And I can go to the detail page of the detail part of the asset, and I can pull some more metadata here. I can see all the pages which are being referenced by this where this asset being used, and how to implement this. So we have used EDS indexing capability. So in EDS we can define the index definition, and all the assets which are part of this index definition, all assets will get indexed, which are as per the query configuration here. And once we have all those assets which are coming from AEMs are indexed, then we can call the open API or assets API for those assets endpoints, and get extra metadata like what all when those assets are getting expired, and the other compliance, digital right management and other compliance data. And then all that can be all that can be placed can be shared it over the dashboard. This is how it looks like at high level. So all the assets metadata is part of the asset repository, and then all assets references are already linked or referenced by the live web pages, and similar dashboard can be implemented and hosted as part of the project, where we can share a consolidated view to track and monitor the asset usage. So yeah, that's all from my side. Handing it over to Satya for the remaining slides.
Thank you, Ashutosh. Let me start sharing my screen once again. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Thanks, Gaurav. So, recapping, we what all we saw right now. So we saw how to use images, videos, and other asset types through the asset selector integration. Uh, then we walked through how to configure the filters based on specific requirements. Then we talked about applying the authoring context to pre-select text based on whichever page is being authored. The tags are automatically applied, and you only see the curated set of assets applicable for that page. And then we also briefly touched upon how to track assets used on the site, driven by the assets based index. So having some custom configuration in the index so that the pages which are using assets from AEM, they get indexed and then available as the JSON, on which Ashu shared an example interface that we built using the Adobe app builder interface to consume the index JSON and link it with the metadata of the asset and show it in a report. So with that, let me also cover a few things about what's coming next, what's in the pipeline. So one of the things we are looking at is the richer templating support for authoring blocks. So as you saw when we were talking about the video block, right? So there is this way you can specify through a template what gets copied over from the select asset selector to the Word document. Now customers have their own specific nuanced requirements, what they want to copy. Some may want a poster image, some may want the poster image and the URL to be in a different column, same row, or different rows. I mean, the cases vary. So the templating support helps in over there, and we have plans to enrich it so that if you want to leverage, let's say, some of the asset metadata to also appear within the block, you want that to surface on the website. So because we have this data available with us through the Dynamic Media with Open API stack, so we can have placeholder support added on over there, which you can use. So this is one of the things in the pipeline. Then right now the demo covered mostly things where you chose one asset, maybe one video, one image, etc. But there are blocks which are more coarse grained, right? Like cards block, carousel block, which need multiple images. So potentially one way to look at it is that I choose, let's say, n number of images in the asset selector through multi-select capability, and it fills up the cards block with all those images. So my number of clicks is reduced, and I can do it in one go. And there have also been asks around customizing the experience as such. For example, the sign-in experience, when somebody opens up the selector, there is a sign-in flow which happens if you're not logged in. So there might be requirements around having it more brand compliant based on the customer if they want to have their own logo. Some have this requirement of some consent banner to be placed that somebody needs to accept before using the plugin. So those sort of things, that customizability is something again we are looking at. And most of these requirements are driven from our close collaborations, co-innovation that we are doing with our customers. And we are also very eagerly looking forward to co-innovate and collaborate with you, because we want to do those things which provide the maximum value for your specific use cases. So reach out to us on the Discord community. I have added a link in over here. Coming to the last slide, what is the good point to start? So we have documentation available on the integration, how to configure it on aem.live site. So I have added links in over here, so you can follow those to set up the integration. For configuring search filters, there is a lot of flexibility available with the asset selector micro frontend itself. So there's this separate detailed documentation of how to configure the asset selector filters, which is linked, which is a good starting point if you have very specific filtering use cases. And then since we are integrated with the Dynamic Media with Open API stack, so I have also added a link in over here. So there are a lot of capability, a lot of power that comes with Dynamic Media with Open API based asset delivery. So you can refer all those details in the link that is over here. And then there's of course the AEM community Discord. We would look forward towards any questions, feedbacks, comments, requests that you may have. With that, I'd stop and thank you very much, first of all, for attending the session, and we can open up for Q&A. I think we try to answer most of the question on chatbot, but if they're open, you can take them up.
Thanks a lot, Satya and Ashutosh, for your presentation and demo. That's awesome. Satya, may I ask you to post the AEM Discord link to the general chat so it is available to the audience? And to the audience, thanks a lot for posting this many questions. We will share the recording within the next 2 days on the contextual thread. The link to the contextual thread for this session you will find in the general chat. And we will also post the PowerPoint slides, respectively PDF slides. And likewise, thank you to the team who answered this many questions already. And now let's check which questions still need to be answered. All right, the first question, if this is dynamic media behind the scenes, can we assume all DM functionality like dynamic imaging is feasible?
So I must qualify that we are using dynamic media with the open API stack. So the functionality that is supported with dynamic media with open API, that is available. With that said, the asset selector integration. So when you use assets using the add-on that we talked about, right? So you get your delivery asset delivery URLs referenced if you have set the configuration that way. But then if you have nuanced requirements around, I mean, some specific crop parameters that you have or other such things, then I think that would be something which can be set up at a custom level to suit that requirement. But out of the box, it's rather straightforward. Basically, right now, it's the delivery URL that gets copied over, and then that's available on the site for the asset delivery.
Thanks a lot, Satya. And before
to add a bit more color to the question, Satya's response, we right now are working on exposing the most important abilities that exist in dynamic media stacks, dynamic media with open API. So this is a journey that we would like to work through with our customers and partners. So if there are use cases which require certain capabilities from existing dynamic media delivery stack, if you may call that, to DM with open API, please talk to us and we'll be happy to review the use cases and see what can be done.
Thanks, Ashish. Yeah, before we move to the next question, I would quickly like to ask you to complete the ending poll we have posted in the general chat. This is just for us to have some feedback around this session, and within this poll, you can, or survey, you can also propose or request sessions or topics for future webinars of AEM GEMs. So we'd be happy for your feedback. Thank you. All right, let's go to the next question. I'm not sure what licenses are required to support this, is the question.
So I can take that one. One is you would need AEM Assets Cloud Service, and then dynamic media. That's my understanding. In order, if you are using the dynamic media with open API stack based asset delivery.
Thanks. Next question. Few dynamic media components were available in AEM. Any plan to have such components in Edge Delivery Services for features such as spin sets?
Right now, no. But then this is something which we'll be looking forward to understand your use case and work together and collaborate on it. So yeah, right now, in short, there is we don't have things such as I saw spin set being mentioned as an example. So no, that's not there.
All right, we're waiting for more questions to appear. Now is the time. Feel free to post questions around assets with Edge Delivery Services. All right, next question is, any idea on integrating AEM author sites standalone to EDS?
So not via this route, which we showed over here. So this is, since this is using AEM Cloud Service and Dynamic Media with Open API stack. And probably I'd also say that this is also the recommended path, that you use AEM Cloud Service and AEM Open API stack. But then there is, I think, custom asset picker available with AMS. So it could be something custom which can potentially be done to surface assets from AMS instances and then being used. But yeah, it's not part of the flow that we covered in over here.
Thanks, Satya. Next question, on the Edge Delivery Services side, we should have a handling to fallback default image when assets from AEM are expired, unpublished, or unavailable for other reasons. Does this mean we need to implement custom cron job to check the status?
Yeah, I mean, there could be multiple ways of going about it. One way we shared over here was having some sort of an asset usage report, asset tracking report, where you get early signals that the asset is going to expire, so that remedial action can be taken. So this is surfaced as a report, but can potentially be some sort of a notification based thing, wherein somebody gets notified that this is going to expire or has expired. The good thing is with edge delivery, there's a lot of things which you can do at the custom site level. Potentially, you could have a cron job, as you said, which looks at the index periodically and then just analyzes the asset metadata to figure that. I mean, there are multiple ways to do that, and probably best to do that for your specific requirement, which you have regards to the asset compliance needs.
Thank you. Next question, is this plugin included in the crosswalk sites template?
So the part of it, which is the asset selector micro frontend with all its configurability for select filters, etc., is being used in Crosswalk as well. So both the flavors use the same core, which is the asset selector micro frontend. But then there are doc authoring based nuances, right? For example, copying blocks, which doesn't make sense in the Crosswalk world, right? Where there is this models defined as JSONs pre-authoring time. So yes, the core micro frontend is available, but then the doc-based flows, and I would say there is also some delta around some of the things around the contextual default tags, etc., which are right now just with the doc-based authoring flow. But the asset selector micro frontend, you would get whatever is there from it in the Crosswalk as well.
Thank you. Next question, seems like analytics data is linked via asset file paths, not asset JC or UUIDs. How are crops and renditions handled?
Yeah, this sounds like multiple questions in one. So if I look at the first one, seems like analytics data is linked via asset file path. So, but I don't get what is the question here. The second part is how are crops and renditions handled. So as I said, right now when you choose the asset, right, so you get the default delivery URL. If you have any specific crop based requirements, etc., then you can configure it as per your need. For example, if you want some specific parameters to be added, so this could be done at the site level as well, wherein the parameters which you are looking to add can be added over there, or you can configure it in the asset selector configurations.
Thank you, Satya. Next question is there any plans to include asset selector sidekick in the out of the box, which just has been, Ashish has answered this right away. Okay, then we have answered all questions. We would take one more. We're 1 minute before the full hour. Just a comment on the private GitHub question. So there was a integrating with private GitHub session on AEM GEMs, which was one of the previous ones. And let me shared that in the general chat. You will find that in the session archive as well. I have posted the link to that in the general chat. And let me check. Okay, it looks like we have answered all questions. If you still should have any question, please use the contextual thread. Post your question there and we will follow up on that. I would like to thank you for your attention, and as a friendly reminder, please complete our ending poll to get some feedback around this session. And we also have an upcoming session which will be on what's new in rapid development environments for AEM. That will be on September 4th. Please join us there as well. You can also register as you did within the AEM user group. All right, and with that, thank you very much and have a great day or evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.